Ma'am got disconnected. Anyway, once ma'am joins, ma'am will also be happy to see or meet Sita ma'am here online. Very good friends throughout the life, we can say. So, a warm welcome to you all, and happy that we all could meet at our own comfort in this particular evening. And welcome to one more session of RCBS Culinary 2.0. And we have a very distinguished and very lovable person with us today who's going to talk to us. So before we could proceed, I request Rotractor Anju to administer the rotary four-way test to us all. So over to you, Rotractor.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening. We can hear you.
It's my privilege to demonstrate to you all the rotary four-way test. I adhere to you all the rotary four-way test. Kindly repeat in your minds as I recite it. The rotary four-way test of the things we think, say, or do. 1. Is it the truth? 2. Is it fair to all concerned? 3. Will it build goodwill and better friendships? 4. Will it be beneficial to all concerned? Thank you.
Thank you, Rotractor Anju. I now invite our president, very dynamic leader of our club, Rotractor Lavanya, to present the welcome address. Over to you,
Thank you,
Rotractor
Srinidhi.
Lavanya.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Good evening, everyone. Well, it's my immense pleasure to welcome you all on this nice, pleasant Sunday evening to RCBS Culinary session. So this culinary session is all about one's Rotract or Rotary journeys, experience, and achievements. So it's just going to be a fun learning session, I'm sure. So on behalf of all the members of Rotary Club of Bangalore Sheshadipuram, I welcome the guest speaker of the session today, the Super Lady Rotarian SitaLakshmi Chinnappa, ma'am, member of Rotary Club of Bangalore. Hearty welcome to you, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you.
I would also like to recognize, no, ma'am isn't joined. Meera ma'am isn't joined, Srinidhi, if I'm, no.
Ma'am is here, pretty much here.
Yeah, nice. Well, I would also like to recognize the presence of Young and Energetic Club Advisor Rotarian Meera ma'am. Welcome, Meera ma'am. Well, I like to recognize the presence of, as well as immediate past President Retractor Srinidhi. Warm welcome, Srinidhi. And warm welcome to Retractor Manjunath, Retractor Hasiru Committee Chair. I also like to welcome Joint Secretary Retractor Rakshit. I also like to welcome Treasurer and Director of Professional Development Retractor Bindu. I also like to welcome past President Retractor Krishnarjan, past President Retractor Apurva, past President Retractor Nashid. Warm welcome to you all, and warm welcome to all the members of Rotary Club of Bangalore Sheshadipuram, and to all my fellow retractors and non-retractors. Warm welcome to you all. Over to you, Shna. Thank you.
Thank you, President. A warm welcome to you too. We couldn't hear the voice of Meera ma'am, so we'll not continue till then. Ma'am, hi.
Hi.
Good evening, ma'am.
Hi, Meera. Hi.
Thank you, ma'am, for
Nice seeing you.
joining. So today's session is a very special one because the intention of holding this particular project was to understand and to improvise on our road traction and how road tractors can function or how road tractors can volunteer. So we have a very veteran and wonderful personality, Rotarian SitaLakshmi ma'am. I request road tractor Sujay Rao to introduce Rotarian SitaLakshmi ma'am to our club, to all the new members who have joined to this particular session. Over to you, Sujay.
Yeah, thank you, Srinidhi. The speaker for today is Rotarian SitaLakshmi Chinnappa, ma'am. She is a graduate in science and postgraduate in library information sciences. She started her career in Tata Press, involved with bringing out the first computerized version of the Bombay telephone directory. Joined the Institute for Research and Reproduction, now known as the National Institute for Reproductive Health, Indian Council of Medical Research in the year 1971. Deputed as the project director of National Informatics Center in the year 1985 to implement the MEDLARS, now known as PubMed, a knowledge-based information system used extensively in medical education. The recipient of the World Health Organization and Rockefeller Fellowships to study at the National Institute for Health in Columbia University and the world-renowned Johns Hopkins Medical Center. Invited as a consultant to the World Intellectual Property Organization in Geneva for the implementation of the patenting information system in India. Invited to Moscow under the UNIDI program for industrial information systems. Having been attended several meetings in Yugoslavia, Tokyo, Geneva, Vienna, Washington, and London, and organized over 160 workshops, seminars, and training programs for doctors all over the nation. Published over 30 papers and authored several chapters of various books. Introduced the CD-ROM technology into the country and one of the pioneers in the establishment of the international connectivity using GPSS technology prior to the large-scale utilization of internet in the country. She has received the International Woman of the Year award by the United States and one of the Women Achievers among 500 women achievers of Southeast Asia. Following retirement, she has served as a consultant to the Indigene Life Systems and served as on the Karnataka Knowledge Commission as a member. And I must say, ma'am, this is one of the longest lists of distinguished achievements I have ever seen. It is truly an honor to have you with us today. Welcome, ma'am.
Wonderfully put. Thank you. Thank you so much, Rotractor Sujay. We have just been joined by President of Rotary Club of Bangalore, Rotarian Vincent Raj. Sir, warm welcome to you, sir. Thank you so much for joining us.
Good evening, sir. Welcome to you.
My pleasure. Thank you. I heard about this youngest person coming and addressing you, and she has got lots and lots of stories to share. So that's why I wanted to be here now.
We are also very eagerly listening, awaiting to listen from ma'am. Now I hand over to ma'am. Decoding your 30 years of service throughout. It may be through Rotary or it may be throughout the service. We have heard a lot of things. I keep reading the comments which you put in the Facebook. It may be with respect to the former Prime Minister welcoming you or inviting you to take up certain positions in the government or in his service, etc. So we wish to listen to you, ma'am, about your this gigantic and wonderful journey and achievements. So over to you, ma'am.
Thank you so much. I don't know where I can begin because I graduated very young when I was 17, got married, had children. I said my dream was to become a doctor. But due to several reasons, I could not study medicine. So when the children grew up, I went back to the university, did my library information science. Then I had, without applying for a job, I had several jobs. But I decided to join medical research because medicine was after my heart. I did a lot of work there. It is something that I even cannot say. It is one of the most beautiful libraries I had set up there. I was responsible for setting up the library in Hafkin Institute, JJ Hospital, Topiwala Medical College. It is innumerable. Then after that, because of my work, I was very fortunate. I did a World Health Organization symposium, workshop, seminar, whatever you want to call it. I had the fortune to interact with 3 Nobel laureates. And one of them was Professor Sune Bergstrom, who is responsible today. You are hearing about AstraZeneca. He was the founder of AstraZeneca. He was awarded the Nobel Prize after I finished my workshop. When they wanted to, he was the one who brought in computerized medical systems into Europe for the first time. So when they wanted to do it, he said, select that lady in IRR and shift her to Delhi. She will deliver the goods. So that is how I went back to National Informatics Center. But before that, I was selected by World Health Organization and the Rockefellers to study computerized medical information systems in US. I spent a good amount of time in Columbia University and National Library of Medicine, and of course, Johns Hopkins. But visited several beautiful libraries and information centers right across US. This was a 9-month study. Came back, I was asked to study in UK. I was given a fellowship. Another 3 months I spent in UK. When I came back, I was selected for this Medlars project. That was the first time anybody thought of Medlars, because before that, the doctors, if you ask them, they knew something called Index Medicus. And John F. Kennedy was the person who got it computerized, set up the Lister Hill Center. 1964, they started computerizing it. And this was my dream. Doctors should have information on their fingertips and should have latest technology, latest information with them. So that is how I went to Delhi in 85. It was, but I had wonderful experiences even when I brought in the CD-ROM technology into the country. My first paper was on CD-ROMs. I said, this is going to be the technology of the future, not tapes or floppies, because I grew up with computers, PC, XT, etc., etc. So when I wrote that paper, they said, this is a classic paper. When CD-ROMs came into the country, they didn't come. I got the first CD-ROM player into the country. The late Prime Minister Rajiv Gandhi came. He said, where is this technology available? It's wonderful. I said, it is with me. That is how it came. The second, at that time, India didn't have access to internet. And we were struggling how to get into the computers in Washington. So we had a brainwave. We set up we went into the tower in Bombay and connected to the US. That was a great achievement. Before today, you are having internet, international highways, and also that for you children, it is everything is at fingertips. Whereas we had to struggle a lot how to get it. So having done that, how do I give connectivity into the country? We set up, there were VSATs in 630 districts of India. So I gave connectivity to them, several institutions, and that is how the Medlars. Later on, of course, I served on the Medlars Advisory Committee for 10 years. And ultimately, before retirement, got it as free for doctors. I said, doctor, if he has to treat, he doesn't have to pay. He has to treat a patient. He needs to have the information at his fingertip to find out what is the latest drugs, how he can treat a patient, how he can treat or advance his study. So that is one of the major goals of my life, and I'm happy to say I achieved it. I trained initially in 86, 87, 88, almost 2,500 doctors across the country. Went to Ladakh, set up a VSAT there for doctors, army doctors. You must have heard about the Zanskar highway. There at that height, we set up for army doctors. That was one of my feathers in the cap, because doctors could talk to anybody in the country through the VSAT. Of course, in the Northeast, excepting Arunachal, I trained doctors across all the 6 states. That is my career. But one of the things that I really feel very happy about, passionate about is youngsters. Why I am talking today is you people, all of you, when you start your career, have a goal. This is what I want to achieve. I know there will be hundreds and hundreds of obstacles, but just ignore it. Take every obstacle as a learning lesson. When I went to Delhi, there was a lot of opposition because a lot of money was given to me by the US government. There were people who threatened to kill me. But how to overcome that is very, very important. You should have the, what I call, inner courage that this is the type of, this is my goal. Today, I am going to be a doctor, I am going to be a rocket scientist, I want to be this, or I am going to be a great musician. Whatever your passion is, please go at it. And I will tell you one thing, there are always obstacles. But if you are really sincere in your way that you want to achieve it, doors automatically open. I was wondering, how am I going to get money? Somebody left the US side and that money was available, they gave it to me. How am I going to achieve this? Then later on, he became the governor of Reserve Bank, Venkatramanan. He said, don't worry, I will give you extra budgetary sanctions. You can do it. See, if you are passionate about your whatever field you are taking up, you will get it. I'm giving a small example. When Sir C.V. Raman started, his lab in Vizag and Calcutta was one of the most primitive. But even then, he was very passionate about his physics. And see where it took him. This is something that you all youngsters have to think about. Because today I love to talk to youngsters mainly because I have lived my life and I want to say it is one of the most satisfying lives that anyone can think of having. I met 14 Nobel laureates recognized by the President of US, given a special dinner in Washington for having done this. So this doesn't come very easy. You have to struggle for it. And third thing that you can never say, I have become old, I'm going to retire. 60, I have seen a lot of people 60, 65 have retired. My career started after 60. So one of my most wonderful experiences was to start with a company called Indigene, where we were a handful of people. They had a vision, and I was the one who helped them to achieve that. Initially, we didn't have money. Do you know how we were created money? Every conference, in the medical conference, every specialist who came, I used to record his speech and then edit it and take the gist of it, the good points, and provide it to students at a low cost of 200 rupees. CD. I used to cut CDs and deliver it to them. And large number of students benefited from it because access to computers, today it is very easy. At that time, a computer cost 1,50,000 rupees, an ordinary PC. So that was one of the things that really, that Indigene today has grown into a multi-million-dollar company. I was very happy that we have done it. So I think with this, and one of the things that I have I was very passionate about is teaching. I must have taught a large number of medical students, both ethics in medicine plus good practice. Today, my son is ardently pursuing it. This is something very, very important, because unless you are true to yourself, true to your vocation, you will never achieve something great. More than achieving, it is something that is exceptional. So this is what my small advice to you is, all of you aim for something that is maybe the stars. But I am sure you will all reach the stars one of these days. Thank you very much. I don't want to take a lot of time. You must have some questions.
Thank you so much, ma'am. We have a lot of questions. Probably the number of questions will increase by fold now. The first thing which I will ask is, how can such a great person be so humble? Because how can such a great person be so humble, down to earth? We have sat next to you, you
I'm not a
have
great
taken
person.
care.
Sorry. I'm never a great person. I'm a very ordinary. See, the thing comes, I don't know. I'm a Devi worshipper. For me, and after retirement, post-retirement, I teach a lot of Sanskrit. I have about 45, 50 students. This is something I do it because it comes to you, the humility. It is not humility. I am not a person who is very humble. I'm a very ordinary person. There is a divine grace, and I always thank the divine that I have got this. But one thing I will say, that Divine Mother has blessed me with a supportive husband, because nobody at the age of 35 can achieve this. He was very supportive. I have wonderful sons who really were very excellent to me for support you. And this is something, family support is very important. And friends support. Most probably today I have the friends all over the world. I could just stay with anybody and all of them welcome me. And this is something you will have to cultivate. The interpersonal relationship, that is what will take you a long way in life.
Thank you, ma'am. I just wish to recognize the presence of Rotarian Gauri Oza ma'am, Secretary of Rotary Club of Bangalore, and Rotarian Dilip Kumar sir, Community Service Director of 2019-20 Rotary Club of Bangalore. So moving ahead with the question, we are very interested to know, ma'am, who introduced you to Rotary? You have
Pardon?
been, who introduced you to the Rotary?
Ah,
Time was such that women could not be a part of Rotary, and you have been here for a very long time. So we are eager to know your journey in Rotary.
it's a very interesting story, because one day I was talking to my daughter in Delhi. I said, Rotary is for men. Now they have in England, they have opened to ladies. Why don't we, some ladies, jointly start a club? So we were 36 ladies. You must be hearing about something called VLCC, Vandana Luthra, that beautician. Everywhere you see the advertisement. She was part of us. We were 36 of us. We wanted to start a Rotary. And that doctor's husband was a Rotarian. So he said, yes, he helped us to start this. We were part of a charter club of Rotary Club of Delhi. We were called Rotary Club of Saftarjung. And 36 ladies, I was one of them. And the person who inducted us was none other than K.R. Narayanan, our President of India. I I had lot of presidents who were my, shall I call it friends, or with whom I was, starting from Radhakrishnan, Rajagopalachari, Shankar Dayal Sharma, K.R. Narayan, Abdul Kalam ji. I can list them. Most of them I met, I had a very good interaction with them. It's not meeting them. And when I requested Narayan, he came and he inducted us. So that is why. But a couple of years later on, due to just one day, Meera said it is not nice to have an all ladies Rotary Club. We felt that. So a few of us left Rotary Club of Saftarjung, joined the biggest club in Delhi, Rotary Club of Delhi. And we had wonderful people there. Pandurang Shetty is that is how I met Pandu. Sudarshan Agarwal was Secretary General of Parliament. He was a member of our club. He said, when you are going to Bangalore, meet Pandu and you will become a member of the Rotary Club of Bangalore. So retirement 95. I'd gone to states to deliver a valedictory address plus address a conference. I told you, at the invitation of the US government. So when I came back, Pandu said, I was thinking I will join the Rotary Club of Pina, this, that. I was just tossing in my mind. He said, no, I'm going to sponsor you. You join Rotary Club of Bangalore. That is how I joined.
Great. So we are really lucky that you have been a part of Rotary Club of Bangalore for such a long time, and we could get an opportunity to talk to you and to be with you in the events or so. And today we are here learning. So I request my friends who are here, please pour in the questions through the chat box, or if you wish to speak, you can raise hand and we will help you unmute yourself
Chat
and you can
box
pose
is
the
not
question.
on. 1 second. I think it is better they
will ask, ma'am. Yeah, I will
ask.
request them to ask. They can unmute. We have not muted everyone today. You can unmute yourself and ask the questions. We have probably this is the first time many of our rotractors have attended the culinary session, and we have volunteers also who are students who are here with us. So the next question, before we could go to the question, probably by then people can ask the questions by raising their hand. You have seen the growth of Rotary and you have also seen the growth of Rotrack. So to speak about 2014, you are also one of the major part and a pivotal person who chartered our club, Rotrack Club of Bangalore, Shesharipuram. So if in case we ask you to speak about the future of Rotrack, so what would you tell us, ma'am? What suggestions would you give us?
Future of Rotract. To my mind, Rotractors are the saplings of the tree that Rotary is growing into. Future of Rotractors is going to be, you learn when you are young what it is to give, what it is to share. Look at the problems of others. And if there is a problem, how you will be able to find a solution for it. This thinking should come in Rotractors when they are very young. If it comes, and the future of Rotractors, I'm not going to say Rotractors, future of all young people is, how do you build first self-confidence? That is the most important thing. And this gives you a platform for truthfulness, service, and look at the problems of others and how you are going to give a helping hand. That is how I am going to think of Rotractors coming up with. Problems of others means I am not talking about the human problems. You have got animal problems, you have got ecological problems. There is, today we never faced this type of problems. We had everything very easy when maybe we had different type of problems. But today when I am seeing our ecology is being destroyed, our animals are losing their space because our growth of human population has become so much. We are seeing solutions to new diseases, and new diseases are cropping up. The classic is COVID. How do you deal with that? So when there are so many hundreds of issues facing, you cannot solve all of them. But protractors can think of one thing which, to my mind, is very important: education of a girl child. See, I will give this thing. When the constitution came, my father had good interaction with Pandit Nehru. So he told Panditji, when our independence came, he said, two things you have to concentrate on. One is girl education, because that will control, and the second is population control. If you educate a girl, there is something that comes up into the whole family system will have a better thing. Do you know what Panditji's answer was? What, Mr. Venkatraman, where is population in India? And what are you talking about education? See, today where we are. See, this is what I call, now it is, of course, I'm seeing the sea change in how girls are coming up, but much more needs to be done because we are seeing the upper layer. But when you go into the villages, I'm seeing the children or girls are most neglected. If there is one egg that goes to the boy, so somewhere you road tractors all over the country. And young people, I'm not only going to say Rotary, you are the people who have to bring in that change. I'm very passionate about it.
Surely, ma'am. We will surely work on it. Our projects three is aligned in the same thing, empowering the women in all spheres. And very happy to announce that the Rotary District Council has conferred the Outstanding Project Community Service Project Award for Projects 3 for the year 2019-20. And our project chair is also here, president is also here. So already ma'am has planted a seed or no sow the seed, we will have to water it and see that the sapling grows much strong and still. So thank you, ma'am. I wish to give chance to the retractors to speak to ma'am now. So Kalinali is a casual session. It is not completely formal. So requesting retractors, please make use of this opportunity. Speak to ma'am. I have been interacting with her, and she has been like my own grandmother, I can say. She hugs me as soon as I come and speaks to us very fondly and very lovingly. So many of you have just joined road track, at least through Zoom call. Please make sure that you utilize this opportunity to talk to mom. So over to any of the road tractors who wish to communicate. We have our line of past presidents also who are here. Yes, Krishna Arjuna as usual. The first to unmute. Please, past president Ji, go ahead.
Thank you, Srinidhi. Sita ma'am, fantastic talk, and
Thank you.
I've
It was
loved the
it is an impromptu talk. I never
and
plan a talk.
the best ones are always impromptu, ma'am. So we've had a fantastic experience interacting, and over the years we formed this bond. As Srinidhi was mentioning, you are nothing lesser than a family for all of us, ma'am. So how
Thank you.
my question to you is specifically with respect to uh, you've interacted with all of us, and Srinidhi did ask you about the overall vision of Rotaract. So my question is specifically with respect to the club. What have you observed from the beginning? It's a young club. It's 6 years old. The kind of projects that have been brought in, the kind of youth that you've interacted with. What has been your experience working with all of us, ma'am?
You know, I interacted with the most of you, Joseph, Srinidhi, Apurva, all of them. I think you people have the real crux of the matter. You have pinpointed what needs to be done. I still recall that vulture program. It is something that is unique. I don't think anybody ever thought of something like that. You people I have seen over the 6 years, you are really doing wonderful work. But there is lot of potential. What I feel is you will have to rope in a lot more people, youngsters. Because today I see quite a few of them loitering around, not doing anything. Not because they don't want to do anything, because they don't know how, where, how to look at it. So maybe each one of you, I had a program when I was in years ago, each one teach one. We really taught a lot of some children. So like that, it is not teaching, but rope in a lot of more youngsters. Show them that they have got the potential to do things. I'm sure they will all do it. At least not all. A few of them will come into the right path. This is my feeling.
Thank you so much, ma'am. I have a lot of other questions. We'll give chance to
Yes.
others, and I'll come back.
Okay. I'm at your disposal.
Ma'am, I wish to speak or to question about the wonderful friendships or friendship which you have with our club advisor, Rotarian Meera ma'am. So when we see you both, we feel really proud and we feel jealous that you are such good friends and you communicate so well. And both of you are such a good orators and communicators and guides to us. So, how did you meet ma'am, and what do you remember about the interactions, or would you like to speak about the friendship between you both?
See, friendship is, there is something called, in a human being, there is, we call it pheromones. That is what attracts a man and a woman. Similarly, friendships are not formed because you look good, you have got something, don't have something. This is something, attraction of like-minded minds. I have developed friendships over years. Now, Shirley Granger, she became a friend. She is in Vermont. I happily go and stay with her. How do I develop that friendship? We don't know. We have been friends now for the past 35 years. It is an unbelievable. Same thing with Meera. Meera and Shankar, they became friends when I joined Rotary. When I joined Rotary, there were very few ladies. And these two befriended me. Like that, there were a few people who were very nice to me, and from that it developed. It is a friendship of heart, not mind. It is a friendship of heart. It's very difficult to define. But like that, I have friends all over the world. It is things which you really cannot express in words.
Nice.
But one thing, you cultivate a friendship, you have to keep it up. Second thing, there will be some frictions will happen, but they are not important. You will have to learn to ignore it. That's what friendship is about.
Thank you, ma'am. I wish to listen to Meera ma'am now. If ma'am would like to speak something in this juncture.
After Sita, what can I say? It is.
I
We
think
all
Meera
think,
ma'am
I
is
think,
completely into keyboard warrior mode today. She just said hi hi
yeah.
in the beginning and got into keyboard. Yes, ma'am. We would love
Yeah.
to hear from you.
It's a mm, open. We both are open-minded. We are open to things. Our minds are not fixed. We hear everything, analyze, and use our God-given brain. Sita is one of them. She doesn't have any enemies, I suppose, but I do have, because I am a little hot-tempered. Sita is not. Sita is not. But over the years, I have also mellowed down. There is no point in getting worked up. It is not productive at all. That is it. And we both want the country to progress positively well. Take the challenges. That's it. We both love our country. Thinking may be a little different, but we both love India, our country, my country.
Thank you, Meera ma'am.
Hey, see my
So,
dog. His name is Hugo.
so there
He's my
are.
grandson.
So
Let
are
him
we,
show his.
ma'am.
One
We
more
will all
thing I
line
want.
up one behind the other. Yeah.
Srinidhi,
Yes,
I
ma'am.
want to say one more thing.
Yes, ma'am.
See, you asked children about what can be done. Reading is one thing that expands your horizons, your mind. That is one of the reasons I am very passionate about our children's library. I want children to read. I was introduced to books when I was 6 years old. First book was Mrs. Henry Wood. They asked me to write a précis on it, a 6-year-old. So from that time till today, I have read thousands of books. It's not something. What it does is it gives you a lot of, that is, you won't get Alzheimer's when you are my age, 87, and your brain remains sharp. So children, youngsters, you tell them not school books, but read something beyond that. That is very important.
Yes, ma'am. So,
Can I say something?
sure, ma'am. Sure,
Can I?
please.
Reading habit my father cultivated in us at a very young age, 4 years, 5 years, like that. When I went to US, bought a coconut when I was in my son's this thing. I'm talking about 30 years back, 80, uh, 92. Okay. Uh, then there was an instruction wrapped on it how to break the coconut. So I told my brother in Detroit how to break a coconut is in that instruction. He said, Miraka, even if you buy pakoda, we'll eat pakoda and read that paper. Because the reading is, inquisitive mind absorbs everything. And watching, reading, I 100%, 200% agree with Sita. You won't be able to understand, you read it again. You like it, you read it again. So reading has something, a fantastic habit. Fantastic habit. Books are my friends, honestly. Books
Yes.
are my friends. Hmm.
I do agree with you, ma'am. I will completely support this. I have a chota library in the house.
Hmm.
So, I request Rotractors, if there are anything which you wish to talk, you can speak to ma'am. Uh, I see Protractor Manjunath Nag has turned on the video, or at least you all can say, turn on your videos and say hi to ma'am once so that
Hello,
ma'am would
ma'am.
be able to see you.
So this is Rotractor Manjunath Nag. So I'm
Okay.
the current chairperson for Asiru Committee, Rotrac District 390, and the
Very
club
nice.
member. So, ma'am, really hats off to you for your work. It is really
Paused.
I
Sound.
get there was
the
network
for
issue
doing
probably.
everything all around the world. So we are really happy to hear that, ma'am. And see, my question for you, ma'am. So, like in your throughout your Rotary journey, did you ever feel like I just wanted to leave the Rotary? Like something like, in some point of time, do you feel something like that? Like, "Arey, acha, see, what is this Rotary? I just wanted to leave," something like that, like with your work pressure or something like that, or with concern to any moments or anything like that throughout your journey. Did you ever feel, ma'am,
Yes.
like, because see, somewhere in the some point of time, so some people they will feel like in their work pressure or something like that. So I just wanted to leave Rotary, Rotaract, everything, something like that, and again coming back and again to take up that movement again back and serving like anything. Do you ever experience it like that, ma'am? If any Rotaractors had such feelings, how they can come back and again they can do the wonders.
Good question. Because at one point I felt that, see what happened initially when I joined this club, I never felt there were more, a few men. We are very important. A little bit of, shall I call it, male dominated, maybe. Not all, but a few of them, couple of them, maybe a little more. Then I said, I have always worked into my men's world. So why should I today think like this? I want to leave this club because somebody is very arrogant. I will tell you one thing. Rotary has so many types of people, 200, 300 of them. Each one is a different personality. Some of them very abrasive. Some of them are very nice. It is very difficult. It's like being in a joint family. You will have to ignore certain bad traits. Sometimes you feel very irritated. Sometimes you feel very happy. But one thing, as I said, your focus is you have come to do, maybe help a little in what little way you can. And also the fellowship, out of 200, 120 are abrasive, 120 are very nice. So you will have to ignore what is not good for you and take that. Yes, I felt a couple of times I would like to quit. In fact, once I told Lal Bhatia, I don't want to come from next week onwards. He said, Sitama, don't do that. Amma, he used to call me, don't do that. You will always get over this. Your personality is not just to leave something because somebody has behaved very foolishly. So this is something, just happens in any situation. In your career, it happens because everybody, your colleagues are not nice. I have been threatened because I did not give a job to a scheduled caste person. Not, I can't call it a girl who did not, from another this thing. It went almost up to the home ministry. I said, look, I have nothing against that person. Whoever it is working under me have to perform. So this type of threats will happen. Lot of problems will come up. Same thing in Rotary. Yes, there are. But you don't quit something, an organization, if you believe in it. If you don't believe in it, then leave it. I believe that they are doing wonderful work, service and all, above self. So that has been my motto. problems will come, ignore them. This is my advice. Protractor also, some problems will be there, ignore them or smoothen them, whichever.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much for that advice. And ma'am, one more, it is very serious question because I am asking now. See, we as a Rotary or a Rotract, see, now we can take only the Rotract and we will take only a club. So we as a club will be doing certain projects that can be reach out to many of the people who is actually needed. And actually they will be having certain transformation with that particular project or something like that. And how we can think and how we can able to work, and if we take certain types of projects to the state government or a central government to implement those particular things, how we have to think, ma'am, and what kind of project will the state or the central government can accept with respect to your experience? Because yeah.
See, it is, first of all, my sincere advice is you have got seniors in Rotary Club of Bangalore. In the Rotary itself, if you want to take up a very good project, rope in with the state government, central government, that is not a big problem. It is take your seniors along with you. You will get an experience and your path will be smooth also. It is straight away you cannot get into a state project, but you can always, when if your project is good, every state will take it. There is no, the state will definitely help you. There is but one thing, please understand, in our country, the bureaucracy is one of the biggest hurdles for doing anything good in the country. How you overcome that, you will have to find a way. And that will come to you only with the assistance of experienced people in Rotary. There are enough people who will smoothen your path or hold your hand until you achieve your goal. Okay?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am, again.
That is important.
Thank you,
Because
Retractor. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Sorry.
by alone you cannot do anything, but together you can always achieve miracles. That's been my motto. You will find hurdles every step of the way. You have to overcome. I am a fighter.
Thank you, ma'am. And I request, it's a kind request to retractors, if you can just turn on your video once and say hi to ma'am so that ma'am will be able to see you. We all have been showing only our names. So in the gallery mode, ma'am will be able to watch us all. So I have a request on behalf of Road Club of Bangalore, Shesharipuram ma'am. We
Yes.
require you to address us once again as a chief guest of one of our project Anveshana. Our Research and Innovation Committee is taking up research-related sessions once in a month. And this is in association with several colleges and schools. And every month we have been doing or improving
Anytime. Anytime.
exponentially.
I would,
So
what I would love is personally come and meet all of you. I hope that will happen soon.
yes, ma'am. That is a second request. We are still awaiting the lunch at your home. So probably
I
once
I
everything is
know.
settled down,
I
we will.
invited all of you to my home for a meeting. My home is always open to you. Having 20, 30 people is not very difficult. We can manage.
So we
So,
will
but
surely open.
let this problem be resolved. Then we will. Okay?
Sure, ma'am. Sure. So once again, thank you. Wholehearted thanks on behalf of the entire Rotary Club of Bangalore, Shesharipuram, who is here with us today for addressing us and giving us a lot of insights. Probably this is a big initiation of something big. We will surely learn a lot from you in the coming days. We will surely catch hold of you, and there is a lot to learn. We have already learned a lot how to be humble,
Oh,
how
come
to be
on.
how to show the how to be patient during the most problematic times through our expert advisor Mirama, who has been always there. So it would be of great pleasure for us to learn from you. Past President Apurva says she has a question, and probably that would be the last question we will take up. Over to you, Past President.
Hi, ma'am. It was very nice to hear whatever you told. It almost boosted up our energy levels or our confidence from here to here. So, but still, I have a small question. Like, there'll be many points in life. It might be retrospect of personal life or professional life, where you will always or sometimes feel very low. Self esteem will be not at all there. You will lose all of your confidence. So in that case, what can you do? Or how have you overcome over this? So a few tips from you will help us also.
Apurva, I have been a spiritual person right from childhood. So if I feel low, I will give a small instance. I went to US. I had this fellowship of WHO. After that, I had a fellowship, another fellowship of some other organization. Suddenly, that person came and told me, I have decided to cancel your fellowship. I said, what the heck? I can't come to US all the way. And you cancel my fellowship. What am I supposed to do? I've got 3 months later on, which I have to continue. So for 3 months, I can't go back to India and come back. Nor can I stick around on 3 months in US doing nothing. So what happened was, I said, I am a person, I told you I am a fighter. Luckily for me, I knew the director of Rockefeller Center, Dr. Sheldon Siegel. He had just taken over. I said, Shelley, I'm having this problem. 3 months. I can't go back to India, come back 9 months. I have to spend in US. In between, this guy has done this. What do you suggest? He said, I was so low, for one day I felt that. Immediately I thought my mind, I will have to overcome this. So went back, wrote a project, got it approved. Next day I got my fellowship. Why I am saying this, there is always a divine force behind you. Always think of it, and it will definitely give you. It doesn't matter. Don't think of any name of a god, name of anything, this or that. There is a force in this Shakti. It is there in all of us, in the energy in the world. And that will always, if your mood is down, close your eyes. Just keep calm for some 5, 10, 15 minutes. Think of it, and your energy will come back. This is my experience. And it will happen to everybody.
That was really nice, ma'am. Coincidentally, from last few days, whenever I feel lost, I leave off everything and sit calmly for 5 minutes and close my eyes. I do get it back sometimes.
Definitely, 100%.
Now that you have told, I'll do it for every time.
Please do it.
Thank you, Past President Ji. Meera ma'am wanted to share something.
There is always a positive energy in us. So bring that up, and it will see you through in life.
Yes, ma'am. Meera ma'am, please go ahead.
I was so low today. Interacting with you people has cheered me up because I was cyber robbed by somebody.
Meera,
Yeah.
don't worry about it. It's
No. It is an experience, Sita.
I know.
That's it.
I had that experience, so don't worry. Only thing I didn't have it. I took precaution even before it happened. That's all.
I feel stupid, that's all. Nothing else. Money comes and goes, but I feel stupid. That's all.
Yes. Good,
I will,
cheer up.
I
We'll be
will get
getting
out
a
of
call
it,
soon.
Sita.
I know,
I will get out of it.
I know.
Okay. Thank you, Meera ma'am. I'll surely give you a call soon after this meet and get to know what happened. But once again, I would like to thank Rotarian Sita Lakshmi ma'am, or our very beloved, lovable Sita ma'am, for being here with us.
One more
And
question, Srinidhi.
okay, yeah, okay, Apurva. Last one.
It's not professional or this and all. It's a personal life question, ma'am. So there'll be so many situations, like it might be a family, it might be mother, sister, brother, husband, anybody. So there'll be so many situations where you will have to give up continuously, and then but still the situation demands for giving up in whatever you wish to do for. So what about this, ma'am?
See, it happens to all of us. I told you I had an opportunity to study medicine, but family comes first. So many things. Situation happens in all of us married. And when you are in a large family, so many things happen. How you deal with it is very important in your mind, because there is no hard and fast rule. Every situation has a particular way of dealing with it, but you have to deal with it. Sometimes you have to be a little stiff, sometimes you have to give in. This is all how life goes on, part of life.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, past president, for many questions. I'm pretty sure that the professional development team will request ma'am to attend for one more session, and we would have one more interaction with Sita ma'am. Uh, Now I request Road Tractor Bindu, Director of Professional Development and Treasurer of Road Tractor of Bangalore Shisharipuram, to propose a vote of thanks. Meera ma'am, I have corrected myself now. It is proposing the vote of thanks.
Yeah, it
Over
was
to
a
you,
really
Bindu.
wonderful, inspirational talk from your side, ma'am. We loved it. And
Thank you. The pressure is mine.
yeah, like I feel so pleasure to give a vote of thanks and nice to see you, ma'am.
Sure.
Okay. Yeah. I would like to express the gratitude on behalf of Rotary Club of Bangalore Shishadripuram. I thank Rotarian Sita Lakshmi ma'am for giving and sharing us such a wonderful experience, views, and thoughts regarding life and your achievements and journey towards Rotary. Thank you, ma'am, for giving us such a wonderful talk. And we
Thank you, beta.
really got an inspirational. I got a really inspired from your thing.
Thank
And
you.
I thank our club advisor and trainer, Rotarian Mirabai Shankar ma'am. Thank you so much for joining us. And I thank President of Rotary Club of Bangalore, Rotarian Vincent sir, and Secretary Rotarian Gauri ma'am. Thanks for joining us. I thank ZRR IPP Rotractor Srinidhi for commencing the program. I would like to thank President Lavanya, and I thank Rotractor Manjunath Nag, Chair of Hasiru Committee. I thank past President Nishad, past President Krishnajit and Apurva for joining us. And I thank all of our board members and my fellow Rotractors. Thank you for joining us. Thank you. Over to the President.
Thank you, Road Tractor Bindu. I also wish to thank our lovable and one more beloved Rotarian Dilip Kumar sir, who was here with us. Uh, we can say an achiever in Rotary. The community service projects which he had done last year was of another level altogether. So thank you so much, sir, for joining. And thanks to Veena Pujar ma'am, who was also here with us from the teaching fraternity. She saw Meera ma'am's and Sita ma'am's photo in the status, and she immediately jumped into our meeting. So thank you once again. And with the permission of the president, we
Say
can
bye to
end
my
today's event.
grandson.
Bye. Bye, ma'am. Thank you so much. Thank you all. President, can we close the event today? I take it as a yes. So thank you so much. Thank you all. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.